Hello, and welcome to Year of the Vampire. This week we watched Salem's Lot.
Not the original, the 2024 remake. I guess the original was not a movie, but a miniseries, so that wouldn't exactly fit since this is about movies.
So yeah, instead of like the nearly two hour film like this one, the original is probably closer to 4.
No clue. All I saw was that it was a miniseries, and I was like, nope.
That'd be a lot of time to watch.
Yeah, because like the length doesn't matter. If it's not a movie, it doesn't count regardless.
Yeah, so it's not a movie.
Like it could be a 20-minute miniseries, and it's still not a movie. So,
anyways, let's get to the plot.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot to say. Plot. Author goes to the town where he not really grew up in. It said he was there until he was 9, and then his parents died in a car accident.
Jerusalem's Lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because like half the name is like faded on one side, so it looks like Salem's Lot. Oh, yeah. Anyway, author goes to town where his parents died when he was a kid because he doesn't have any inspiration or something, and the town has vampires.
And people start disappearing, starting with one kid.
I mean, does it really count as disappearing if they see them again as vampires? Like, they're right there.
I mean, yeah, you wait a night and they'll be back, I guess. But, yeah.
It's a pretty simple premise for a movie, but I didn't hate it.
So what do you think about their acting?
I thought it was all right. I don't know. You don't really get to see a lot of the characters that much before they're actually turned into vampires.
That's true.
And as vampires, they have basically no personality.
All like almost hive mind. It's just like, you should meet Barlow, become one of us.
Hey, meet our Nosferatu-looking boss.
He kind of does look that way.
Seriously, everybody knew about him in the town. How did nobody notice that he looked like Count Orlok?
I mean, I don't think anyone saw them until after they got changed, though. But
how did they know about the dude? Like he started a business and stuff there, but how had nobody met him?
I don't know. He got sent to the town in a box filled with dirt.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are going to be sent out of the town in boxes.
No, they're kind of just piles of ash.
I mean, the ones that were set on fire were, but one of those kids just literally got stabbed in the chest, and they left his corpse there in that building.
That is true. How about the sound and music?
Sound and music wasn't bad. Actually, I can't really think of much.
They keep it around. I think it's like the 60s or 70s. I believe the movie's based around.
I think it was.
So they
did play some music around that time, but a lot of it was just more instrumental music. But I don't know. I appreciated it. It's another movie where the music, like the actual music you hear, is fitting, and the kind of instrumental ambient stuff is there, but it's not like overwhelming.
Yeah, it blended well, so it didn't like stick out too much.
That's the problem. It also, like a lot of movies, didn't stick out, unfortunately.
But that can also be a positive because sometimes it's too much and then it just kind of starts getting annoying.
Yeah, but it can also be a negative because it might not be enough.
Fair enough. I know some of the action scenes it got mildly loud, but I've definitely heard worse. Like, sound imbalance. So that wasn't a really big issue. I guess just a minor nitpick on my part, but. How about the cinematography?
Wow, already we are really like blazing through this.
Yeah, we're pounding this out.
There's not a lot to say about the movie. It's a simple premise story. Maybe the book is more complicated. I don't know.
It's just a lot of simple shots, mostly just in town or in houses.
I liked most of what they did with it, to be honest. There were a couple kind of weird transitions.
Oh, like the one part, I don't remember exactly what was going on. But they cut to the street, and it just held there nothing was happening.
Yeah, somebody was getting attacked by one of the vampires. I think it was like one of the kids or something. It cut to a shot of the street for like 5 seconds and it was completely silent, and then it cut back to the kid being killed,
like still being attacked.
Yeah, still being attacked.
It's like, why was that added?
Like, I get the feeling that it was meant to show that nobody could actually hear him, but I mean,
I suppose
people already knew that people had a tendency to go missing. At least that's what it seemed like.
It's also a small town, so
I already assumed nobody knew that it was actually Barlow and oh God, what is the other guy's name?
Straker?
Yeah, Straker. I assumed people already knew. Barlow and Straker already knew people weren't going to hear what he was doing to people in there.
Initially, I thought his name was Staker.
I mean, that would be a weirdly ironic name for a guy that was hanging out with a vampire. I thought it was going to be a situation like like the dude in Fright Night, where he was like some kind of zombie or ghoul, but no, that he was just a normal human and got his skull bashed in, and we never saw him again.
Oh yeah, he just kind of disappeared after that.
An 11-year-old murked him.
With 11
I'm sorry, 11 3/4. The kid was very specific about that.
He was. He was like almost offended.
But yeah, there wasn't. It's another movie where, like Sound of Music, the cinematography, they didn't do a whole lot all that interesting. I mean, I guess they did have some pretty good shots in there. Like, I liked the shot near the end where all those vampires were set on fire, and it was like out, and you just watched them all just freaking ignite. That was kind of cool.
That was a pretty.
There were good. Shot. There were good shots, but yeah, the main thing is there were just a few really weird transitions. Oh, the priest opening his Bible and the transition to the gravedigger's like peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay, that one.
Like a second later, and it showed both of them opening, so it didn't even transition properly. Like, the book opens, and then it immediately cuts to the sandwich, which is also being opened. Like, I thought they'd have at least tried to, like, sync that up, but no, they just showed them both being opened.
He just really likes sandwiches, okay?
Special effects.
It was mostly good?
Yeah, I didn't hate the special effects in the movie. I did hate when the sheriff got thrown through the church.
That was probably the worst of it.
Because, I mean, it was obviously, like, completely CG'd of the actor, so, and it was very blatant on the, like, actual, like, building and shit, so that was weird.
Yeah. They probably could have just, like, hucked a blood-covered dummy through the window and it would have been more convincing, but...
I mean, but he wasn't really all that, like, damaged. He wouldn't be covered in blood.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of this special effects, I didn't hate.
It didn't look bad.
They weren't amazing, but that was the only thing I could really think of that looked horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the vampires when they were on fire didn't look the most believable because they were just vague humanoid shapes on fire, but they didn't stay on camera all that much anyway.
Nah, they were kind of like panicking because I don't think they were expecting to be set on fire.
Is anyone really ever expecting to be set on fire? Okay, actually, we had a bit more to talk about this than I thought. What did you think overall of the movie? It's gotten pretty bad scores.
The scores are terrible, but it's decent.
It's nothing,
an amazing movie. It's not, but it also wasn't really bad.
Yeah, it's not something I would say watch multiple times. And it's not going to be on like it's not going to be like a high tier when at the end of the year when we actually tier these videos, because that's what we're planning on doing. It's going to be like more of a mid thing, but yeah, I mean,
it's worth at least one watch.
Yeah, watch it once. It's pretty all right.